Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine creating something once, a song, a piece of software, even a logo, and then getting paid for it. Forever. That's not a fantasy. That's the power of royalties. And we're about to break down exactly how this incredible concept works. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about that? That hit song from like 20 years ago that you still hear everywhere? Or a classic book that's always on the shelf at the bookstore? Even the brand logo on your coffee cup. All of those things are still generating income for their creators years and years later. How is that possible? Well, it all comes down to one really powerful concept. And that concept is royalties. Simply put, it's a payment someone makes for the right to use your asset, not to buy it and own it. The analogy here is just perfect. It's like you're a landlord for your own idea. You're renting it out. So now that we have a handle on what they are, let's get into the first big question. What kinds of things can actually generate royalties? And trust me, the answer is probably a whole lot broader than you're imagining. Yeah, this isn't just for rock stars and famous authors anymore. Royalties can come from pretty much any valuable asset you can think of. We're talking brands and patents, software code, technology, even the whole business model for a franchise, like a fast food chain. It even covers rights to natural resources like oil or minerals. It's really a mechanism for monetizing all kinds of value. All right, so how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, the entire system is built on legal agreements on contracts. So let's look at the most common ways these deals are actually put together. The structure of the deal is absolutely everything. You could get a percentage of sales, which is fantastic if your creation becomes a massive hit. Or you could opt for a fixed payment if you want more predictable, stable income. But a lot of creators go for a hybrid model that gives you a guaranteed minimum payment plus a percentage on top. It offers both security and a piece of that potential runaway success. And when you get that structure right, this model can be incredibly powerful. So let's break down the key advantages, the things that make royalties so appealing for creators and innovators. This right here, this is the dream for so many people. You do the hard work once to create something valuable. Then you license it out, not just to one partner, but potentially to many, so you can scale your income. And through it all, and this is the best part, you remain the owner. You never have to sell your core asset. And that really gets to the very heart of it. Royalties are the ultimate way to get paid for your creativity and your innovation over and over again without ever having to sell the thing that you worked so hard to build in the first place. Of course, it's not all passive income and smooth sailing. We've got to be realistic. It is crucial to understand the risks and what can go wrong in a royalty arrangement. For every one of those amazing advantages, there's a corresponding risk you have to manage. That recurring income, well, it can also be really irregular if sales dip. And retaining control is great, but you're still totally dependent on your partners to market and sell effectively. And scalability, that only works if your contracts are solid and you don't end up in messy disputes. So, the most crucial point is this. Your success is tied to someone else's. You're placing your asset in the hands of a third party, and your earnings depend entirely on their ability to perform. This makes having a clear, protective, and just a really well-structured contract absolutely essential. So, after looking at the mechanics, the pros and the cons, what's the big picture? Why does understanding all of this about royalties truly matter for you? It all boils down to this simple but powerful idea. Royalties let you monetize what you own, your ideas, your creations, your innovations, by licensing them. This allows you to generate ongoing income while you keep full ownership. It's a strategic tool for creating long-term value. So that leaves us with one final question to think about. Whether it's a piece of software you wrote, a great logo you designed, maybe a training manual, or even a secret recipe, what valuable asset have you created that could be out there working for you right now?